Welcome back to the Tydirium Hangar. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about my first encounter with Blokees. And to talk about these on the channel so much, I figure why not pick up the Galaxy Defenders, which are tiny little ones. And I got chapters 1, 2, 3, or wave 1, 2, 3, or whatever they call them, episode 1, 2, 3. But I think 1, 2, and 3, or 1, 2, and 3. I know that one's 3 because it's shipped separate. But these are interesting little ones. You do have to put them together. You do have to build them. The one that we're missing from here is one we're going to build together. I didn't want to build all these on camera. That would have taken forever. But with that, I really only got this set to build Devastator, and I don't have the Devastator combining part. So I was like, well, I was going to wait. But let's just go ahead and do this anyway. And then if I get the combining parts, I can always combine them then. I did get these at Shows Store. I have a link down below where you can get yours. They amount to $30 a box of 12, which is fantastic. That's a what does that make it? Like $3 a figure or something like that. Like really close to that. Fantastic value. Less than $3 a figure for these little guys. If you're interested in these, I'll give you my true opinion of them though. So stick through the video. Coming up. Alright, so here is the packaging. It comes like this. It's made for a store shelf to rip open and just kind of have a cutout in there. Also, I just opened it like this. You can also open it up like this and get inside there. Then there's going to be 12 of these boxes in here, kind of like this. 12 boxes in there. And then inside these boxes, there's actually different stuff in each wave. But this one here has the instructions how to put something together. And then a little mini booklet, which should also have instructions. Oh, rub that in. Oh, salt on the wound right there. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's pretty much all three are the same way. Slightly different though. I think another one you just get this, and the instructions are inside this booklet. Then you've got that. So it's a little bit different for each one. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and build this. And I want to point out a few things. First of all, they share parts. So here's a back. And I think it's pretty much the same back for all of them except for Seekers. Most of them share the same back. Then you clip a chest on. That's going to be different. There's a little neck insert piece there, which I started putting this one together. And I was like, oh, maybe this is the one I should do because it's the last one. And just do it on camera. So there's that. You find the waist, and front and back look very similar, but there should be paint apps on the front, so that would be the difference there. If you want the paint apps showing to the front, that's what you would want. Let's put this leg together so we can build them to make them stand, and you push it together like so. And I'm probably showing people that have built 10 times more of these than I'm ever going to build. For whatever reason, the thigh is smaller than the forearm, which I find anatomically off, but that's just my viewpoint on things. You put the foot on there, turn this to the inside. We're going to plug this in, and then I've pre-done one leg and one arm just because time. There's only so much time in the day. Pop this little forearm on there, and then here get this to the shoulder, and then this arm on, and the gun, and that's it. There's a Blokie. Minute and 40 seconds, by 2 minutes. And yeah, they all come in this baggie. Yeah, it's fun. I'm impressed. No wrong pieces and no missing pieces out of 36 figures. Alright, we're going to start with Clear Ironhide because we just built it. So let's start with him. I believe this is wave 1. It might be wave 2. It's either 1 or 2. And with that, I'm going to start with articulation. They have the exact same articulation, and then we'll just get into looking at each one of these. Head side to side, up and down ball joint. The ball joint here does the 90, 360. You've got a ball joint right here, so you get a lot. You can move the hand, waist swivel, obviously, no up and down. 90 to the front, 90 to the back, so plenty of articulation. You're getting 90 to the right. Ajan. And then we've got the ball joint for the feet. So you can get them in relatively decent poses for being the tiny little chibi style figures that they are. So with him, this is a clear one. I don't know, looking at the box, he didn't look like he's supposed to be clear. So I don't know if they're like randomly clear or what, or it's supposed to be clear. So let me be clear, I don't know. Some nice little paint apps to the chest, and just a ton of reused parts. This, where the back piece was different. Some of the back pieces get like a little extra backpack on there, so that's kind of cool. Okay, we're going to put him off to the side, then we're going to get into Optimus Prime. Now, Optimus Prime looks pretty good too. He's got quite a bit of paint apps on him, all the way down to tiny little gas tanks on the side of his legs there, but there's no paint on that. He's got his giant gun, which is nice. It looks kind of cartoony version of his real gun, not animated on there. He does have an Autobot symbol on him, so not all of them have. Well, I guess they all do have the Autobot symbol on there. He's got some paint for the headlights, that kind of stuff, the top lights. And I think you had to plug this extra piece in here. So it does look like Prime. Also, we got an Optimus Prime with some sort of secret weapon. It's supposed to look like his trailer, and it's that piece from the trailer, and then these pieces here kind of move. The vehicles are way easier to put together and faster than the figures, but then we see the Prime. So there's no transforming, but you can have them in both modes. So that's kind of where they're going with these. And let's do another one that's, well, 2-in-1. 2-in-1. We've got Thundercracker. And cool because he does have the ion cannons, which are movable because they're just pegged on his head. He looks super deformed with that giant head. The chest piece, you want to make the chest piece, the thicker part, go to the top of the chest piece. And he does have the Decepticon symbols on the back of his wings upside down because that's how it goes, which clip on separately. So pretty cool looking over there. It comes with another separate one. This would be like a whole other box, is the vehicle mode. And this was a whole other box too. So there's another $3, $2.70 to get this. So I think these are exactly the same. Or if they're not, they are a little bit different. Wonder if they would, is there swappability with them? See, now I got curious on this. Can you swap? No swappability. They made sure to change the peg size. Almost all the other pegs are the same size, except these. That's weird. No swappability there. Anyway, it's a nice little jet. That's really all it is. It's just a jet. It's only got like 6 parts total or something like that. Next one that's got both. So let's move him over here. Bumblebee, it's Goldbug. So I'm not sure, am I supposed to have the Goldbug? Or was I supposed to get an actual Bumblebee? Yeah, it does look like the Goldbug. He has the tampograph there. Nice reflective paint for the eyes and the, what would have been kind of the back window. And he went flying. There's his gun. That looks good. Fine. And all the same articulation. His little lower leg there looks different. And his feet are different. So most of them have the exact same feet. Like 90% of them have the exact same feet. But his feet, they went above and beyond with his feet. And we'll see another one of him here in a bit. Here's his car. Him in car mode. Well, this might be a cliff jumper, though. I view Bumblebee because it's yellow, and it's... maybe it is Bumblebee. And it's got this adjustable gun on the top for whatever reason. It's all cast in clear and yellow. Urine Bee. And then we just reviewed this. Is this one Scavenger? Well, I just reviewed one from X-Transbots. And this one has a slightly working... Oh, did I put that on the wrong way? Should it be on like this? Hold on. When you do it wrong, you do it wrong. Yep. And then there's the... Interesting with this, I think you put the wheels on and then these tread covers over it. One of them was like that you put the wheels on and the tread covers over it. Maybe that's not this one. This one does combine... This is one of the components to combine into Devastator, so that's why it is what it is, which makes it way cooler. And then here's just the figure, and same character, giant head. There's his gun. He has the scooper in the back, which I oddly enough, is smaller. Well, I mean, it should be smaller. So it mass shifts down, and he's got some nice little paint apps on him. Pretty cool overall. We have Megatron, and he has his own specialized shoulder pieces. I think most of them have special shoulder pieces. Some are different, some are similar, but... And it does get confusing because you do get the same characters in different colorations. He has a nice Decepticon symbol. You got to know he's a bad guy, and he's got all this stuff on his waist there. They did not waste that. This giant thing here is one piece to have his cannon on his back, which is G1S. He has a pretty G1S look with a chibi style. You can change around his cannon, and he can make different poses where he's going to be shooting his cannon, and so that would work. Pretty cool overall. Then we've got, who the heck is this? Is this like I don't know. Is this Soundwave, like Sound Blaster? I think it's Sound Blaster. But the chest, oh no, it's G2 Sideswipe, but with, because it looks like a Lamborghini chest. I don't know. I actually don't even know. I'm at a loss on this one. G2 Sideswipe, I think. Anyway, I know this is Prowl, and his doors clip on. It's an extra like piece to clip on. They did a pretty good job with Prowl. There's his chest. Oh, it doesn't transform, so it's not a transformer. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, that's what I think is Wave 1. Let's get on to what I think is Wave 2. So now we've seen this mold before, but here's Bumblebee again as, is it a shattered glass? Is that just silver with a purple? Is that what this is supposed to be? But kind of cool looking. His gun looks a little bit different, but same exact mold there, recolored. And I'm not so big on the recolors, but I guess they got to make their money on the mold somehow. And then here is kind of just official Bumblebee color, and not clear, not translucent. So then we can get into, is it Shattered Glass Ironhide, or isn't this in, if Ironhide in black is Diaclone, right? Am I right on that one? Anyway, still looks pretty good. Does he have any waist color on him? No. Hands are red, eyes are red. He's got his Autobot symbol right there. So it's kind of interesting looking. Next, we've got, and here's the thing. In no world should Wheeljack be this close to Autotrimer Magnus size, but it is what it is. We live in this world. In Blokees' world, which is fine, because, I mean, how tiny would he be? But he is still taller than Bumblebee. Well, not much. Anyway, he has his gun. He has this shoulder cannon that is adjustable because it's on a ball joint. And then he has some nice paint, though. Very good homage. And, you know, since he doesn't transform, little to no kibble on him. Here is Magnus. Magnus! Looking good. He's got some gray paint down here. Paint on his waist, chest, Autobot symbol. Like they really went out on all out on the paint on them. Or maybe they just have it set up. If you make this character, this is what gets painted. And then so that's just how it goes. If you remake it over and over and over, every color iteration gets that color. Because you're remaking it like Prime, I guess. Here is Soundwave. Golden Lagoon Soundwave. I guess you can get yourself a nice little Golden Lagoon. Was Soundwave at Golden Lagoon, though? I don't really remember that. But he does have his, like, battery shoulder launcher thing. And he's got his gun. Very typical gun. What's going on there? I think I'm going off frame with this guy. Off frame. Out of frame. Still think he looks good, though. Soundwave. And then Starscream's just another Seeker remake. So we've seen all this before, but in Starscream colors. Looking pretty good with the tampographs on there. And, you know, I can appreciate what they're doing here. It's just kind of fun to just you see all the characters again. Let's take a look at what I think is Wave 3. Well, I know for sure this is Wave 3. You got 3 of these Devastator bots, or alt modes actually. And so Mixmaster, I think that you pop it off here and pop it on there to make the leg. Like that's the transformation. That's why we couldn't get the combining parts, because that little bit of perceived transformation. That's ridiculous. Hasbro's just ridiculous. Anyway, Mixmaster looking pretty good overall. Pretty easy assembly on him. This one here, also pretty easy assembly. You can Move that back and forth. This is adjustable, and they roll. And we've got long haul here, which is just a chunk. I forget what you have to do with him to get him to combine. I don't care. Until I actually have it to combine, I'm not worrying about it. So it's just going to set him aside. Let's get into Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. So we've seen the Prime before. We've already seen the Magnus. So it's just the color variation difference, which I'm not at the point like, oh man, I'm so glad we got 3 different versions of this figure so far in the first 3 waves, but at the same time, not really hating it. And then we've got 2 of this cab with, what is his name? Got his name. But still, anyway, we already looked at all that. He's got a broken window, 2 broken windows, and we've got the team. So you've got the whole team of Seekers in the first 3 waves with Skywarp, and we already got the Starscream and Thundercracker. So here we go. Which is actually kind of, once you've done one Seeker or one of any of these characters, then doing the rest of them was just like cakewalk. But it's not like it was hard in the first place, but it didn't get hard in the first place. Let's move this over here, and we got a clear Shockwave, which if you like clear, that's cool. I don't know why they made this one clear. I don't know if it's just a random, like, hey, this one's going to be clear, or we knew it was going to be. It looks kind of clear on the box, too, so maybe it was all intentional. So, anyhow, pretty cool looking Shockwave, and he does come with a rubber wire that plugs into here and here. So that works. And then we've got Soundwave, the original OG Soundwave, the original single dad that's trying to make things work with all these kids, all his minions. And he looks good. I like, it's a little wide on the chest. Of course, it's chibi styled. What do you expect? Head's a little big. Come on, dude. You got a big head just because you got all the kids? How many baby mamas you got? Here is Jazz with his, a lot of good paint right there. And not much else going on with him. I wonder if I could have put this speaker somewhere else. Does it plug into here? Yeah, it also plugs into there if you don't want him to hold it. But that's all I got for him. He didn't get a gun, he got a speaker. So that's that. Unless I did something wrong. And then we got Grimlock, Grimlock, the only Dinobot. So I thought that was a little weird. Why you get Grimlock, no other Dinobot? But I mean, if you're going to get a Dinobot, you're going to get Grimlock. I mean, or you should get a Swoop. Why not a Swoop? Could have almost shared these with Swoop. Swoop would have borrowed those, and he'd have liked those. See, I'm thinking like a blocky designer now. Blokees. Here's Golden Lagoon Megatron. You remember him in the episode? Because I don't. But hey, there you go. And he's got clear yellow pieces with him in addition to it, and all the paint apps. And so my theory is correct. If it was painted one way with the first figure, then it's painted that way for all the other iterations. And we have Hot Rod or Rodimus. I don't see why they would ever make 2. Why would you say this is Hot Rod, this is Rodimus? They're both one and the same, especially when they're super deformed blockies that, like, there's no way to discern the difference between them at all. And so there we go. Except one will be clear, probably. Then one will be shattered glass, and then all that. But I do like the little fin back there. The little saw actually moves. It plugs in and moves. And there's his gun, and he's got his flames on there and paint on his waist, and that's about it. And here we go with Wave 3, and I can't combine the Devastator, and I'm devastated over that. Some of the cars come with coins, so you get a coin if for whatever reason. So that's that. I don't know if that was what the deal is with it, but and you also get like a green coin with that one. In case you're getting any bright ideas of putting this with your Legends figures, they do not scale with Legends, but you can pile them all on one of your city bots, and it would make your city bot look huge. They'd work there, and they'd work very well with your city bots. I think that's what a lot of people do with their blockies. Or I think people like blockies. What is it? Because they put them together, they assemble them. I'm not into the super deformed design myself, and if I were get any more, I would want them bigger. I'd want to go with bigger ones than these. But I'm really happy that I got these and got the chance to assemble them, the opportunity to handle them, and I'm thankful for that. And I think I might keep a few of them, my favorites. But I really, really, really want to build Devastator. I mean, that's where I was. So as soon as someone comes up with a solution, I mean, that's a good thing about capitalism, is that someone is going to satisfy the market. Where there is a need, it will get satisfied eventually. And I'll be here to show you where it's at and give you a link to it. That's my look at these Blokees, and yeah, they're not really so much for me. I don't think I'm going to be going forward with any more of them. I would love to build that Devastator, though. That'd be awesome. Be a whole lot of fun, because there's so many Devastators going on right now. Just have yet another Devastator in the mix would have been fun, but that's my fault for missing out on that, not jumping on it soon enough. But these are interesting. First off, the low price for under $3 a piece is pretty awesome. If you get them from Shozy Store, and then remember TH and support your reviewer code. It is pretty cool that you can combine Devastator if you get the parts. I do hope for a 3D printed option down the road or something, maybe, for just the parts. And with that, you got a lot of characters represented for a relatively cheap price. Would have liked more characters and less repaints and recolors, but it is what it is. And with that, the vehicles are okay. Kind of fun to have a mix. But I would have liked the bigger ones. So for me, I might, if I go after more, try to get the next size up. But for these small ones, I mean, I just gotta think. The next size up, they're $10 a figure, not 3 for 10. So that's all got to be taken into consideration. But I did get these at Shozy Store. I have a link down below where you can get yours if you want to get some of these. So never hang around.